is up guys, welcome back to another episode of ReaperCast. Today we're going to be talking about a few new cards coming out in the animation Chronicle. This is definitely going to be very exciting because a lot of these cards I see here as a quick glimpse are all generic cards, which definitely make it quite interesting. However, there are also some cards that are part of archetypes, which is definitely considered to be new support, so it's going to be very exciting to see what those have as well. So without further ado, let's begin. The first card we have here is Ice Knight. Now this card is actually a card designed for just water decks. Definitely very generic, but definitely also something that we could still look towards specificity to it, so it definitely makes things a lot more sufficient in a certain way. Because if something is too generic, it tends not to be the best support out there. So it's essentially a level 4 water aqua effect monster with 1300 attack and 1200 defense and gains 400 attack for each aqua monster you control. Now of course that's not the most relevant thing, however the second effect is once per turn you can activate this effect. During your main phase of this turn you can normal summon one water monster in addition to your normal summon and set. That is already going to be really amazing because getting an extra normal summon, it's a big deal. It allows you to go for some XC summons, it allows you to go for some link summons, synchro summons, any kind of summoning mechanic definitely works, but at the same time there are plenty of cards out there that have effects when they are actually normal summoned as well. So this is definitely a great extender for any water deck out there. Of course, you cannot normal or special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except for water monsters, which is okay, there's no big deal with that because this is a card that's designed exactly for water decks. However, to follow up on that, we also have here Ice Mirror. It's a normal spell card and its effect reads target one level 3 or lower water monster you control, special summon one monster with the same name from your deck. Not bad at all, definitely really amazing of course, allows you to actually play cards that are repetitive and you could actually play multiple playsets of these, and it allows you to play playsets of cards to maximize the efficiency, but at the same time allowing this card to also work its magic. While you control that face-up monster special summoned by this effect, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. Definitely going to be quite a detriment there, but if you're able to pull up some kind of main deck combo, then it could definitely still work out. And when it comes to water decks, decks like Ice Barriers or even Mermails could definitely benefit off this particular card here as a combo piece because you don't really have to rely on the extra deck. However, with that being said, let's divert things to a slightly different edge here with a V-Jump promo, which is actually the Astral Kuribo. Now last time we actually did talk about Astral Kuribo, however they didn't actually reveal the effect, but right now as I see they have the effects for it, so it's going to be very exciting to see what it actually does. So firstly, it's a fiend effect light level 1 monster with attack and defense of 100, and the first effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. So first effect, you can reveal one number Xyz monster in your extra deck. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, its effect becomes equal to the revealed monster's rank. But you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck while you control this face-up monster. Special summon this way except number Xyz monsters. Not necessarily the worst effect, it's more so just a great card to help you extend your plays, particularly for Xyz summons. Second effect, a number monster Xyz summon using this card on the field as material gains this effect. Cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Definitely really nice extension, definitely really nice effect to actually give some protection towards your Xyz monsters, so that's definitely very fantastic to see there. But moving on here for the animation Chronicle again, one of the most exciting things I'm actually seeing here is that we are getting a number 17 Leviathan Dragon, but this time it's actually going to be in Astral language version as well, so I'm very stunned about this. This is something that is going to be quite significant because it will be the second time a card is actually put out in Astral language. Firstly we had it for Utopia, and to actually put it for number 17 Leviathan Dragon, I think it's actually quite fitting. It's one of the most iconic Xyz monsters out there, being one of the very earliest ones. So with that being said, I'm definitely quite stoked about this and I can't wait to actually get this later on. I definitely see this card being a very highly desired card in that particular set, so hopefully I actually get lucky and I'm able to pull it, or sure if any of you guys are able to get lucky enough to pull it. I could definitely picture this card being a very difficult card to pull in the actual set itself once it comes out. Now moving on here, there is another really awesome card, but it comes out in the Arc 5 era. So this here is called Starving Venomy Dragon. So it's a level 7 Dark Dragon Fusion Pendulum Effect monster with 2500 attack and 2000 defense, and it has the pendulum scales of 1. So for the pendulum effect there is actually 3. The first effect reads, each time a card's on the field is sent to the graveyard, place 1 Venomy counter on this card for each. Not bad at all. I could actually see something really amazing where you could actually build up a bunch of counters, but at the same time, until we know what these counters are used for, it's not really telling us much. Second effect, all monsters on the field except Dark Dragon monsters lose 200 attack for each Venomy counter on the field. Not bad at all, because if your deck is focused on just Dark Dragon monsters, then you definitely have no issues with this. Third effect, once per turn you can reduce the battle damage you take from a battle to 0. Definitely fantastic, just a great way to, well, it delays the inevitable I guess, but at the same time, if you're able to delay it even by 1 attack to 0, which is definitely quite nice, you might be able to turn things around. Now, since this is a fusion monster, there is materials for it to summon. You require 1 dark monster and 1 pendulum monster. Not particularly most difficult, but at the same time, kind of restricting regarding the pendulum monster. So its monster effect. You can only use the first monster effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Until the end phase, this card's name becomes that monster's original name, and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. Then that monster loses 500 attack and defense, its effects are negated, and if it does, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Not bad at all, definitely quite nice here to see that this could actually mimic a different effect. With that being said, it could actually play out really well depending on what you actually pick up. Second effect, if this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you could place it in the pendulum zone, which is not bad at all, it's a scale 1. So it definitely does work out quite well here. I do like this card for what it actually can do, but with that being said, let's move on to the final card here we're going to talk for today, that is Lirelusc Bird Strike. So it's essentially a normal spell card, and you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. So if you control a lirelusc monster, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. That is definitely very powerful for an effect. It actually kind of reminds me of Harpy's, what was it, Featherstorm I believe? Yes, Harpy's Featherstorm, except this is actually for lireluscs. Now I do think that this is kind of weaker because it's not a trap card that can activate from the hand. This is instead just a normal spell card, so it's a bit of a nerfed version of it, but it still is definitely quite effective, so I do like this particular card here. If I could actually make this into a quick play effect or something like that, that would be very nice. Like, this would be a really good card if it could actually be activated during your opponent's turn. However, that is definitely something that is quite unfortunate. However, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. This was definitely something I found to be quite exciting for each of the individual archetype cards, but also the more generic cards. But definitely let me know what you guys actually think about this. However, with that being said, if you did enjoy this video, definitely drop a like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. It definitely really helps. But of course, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I will see you all next time.